I hope you're good. I hope you're great. I hope you're having a lovely day. Guys, the country has been in pandemonium since I left, since the last podcast. I didn't upload a podcast and the country started falling apart. I think it's my fault, man. I think it's my fault. Okay, I'm joking. It's not my fault. But anyways, let's get into it. Firstly, let's start off with the biggest news of the country so far. Cape Town and the strike with the taxis. It is going down. Now, SANTACO has been striking in Cape Town. Now, why are they striking? Firstly, most of the taxis in Cape Town have been impounded because they've been deemed untrustworthy, unroadworthy, unlicensed, or operating illegally. Now, SANTACO claims that this is all unfair and costly and is messing up people's livelihood. Secondly, lack of funding and expansion of the Blue Dot Pilot Program. Now, the Blue Dot Pilot Program is a program in which if you are a taxi driver and you drive safely and you're not doing the most. You know how taxi drivers are always like driving in yellow lines and driving in the opposite lanes to get to places first and so forth. Now, if you are driving like, a sane human and you're a taxi driver, this Blue Dot Pilot Program is how you get extra compensation for that. It's been happening in Cape Town. I also never heard about it, never knew about it. I'm learning about it now with you guys in real time. Now, this program is going to be ending. So obviously it gives people or taxi drivers less incentive to drive properly. It gives taxi drivers less money. And for them to be striking because of it, they must have been getting something substantial from it. I'm not sure how much you got from it, but the fact that you're striking, it means something. Thirdly is alleged. So SANTACO alleges that Chikunga, who is a transport minister, has failed to consult with the taxi industry on important matters affecting them, especially concerning the COVID-19 relief fund, which happened. COVID is now over, but COVID may have happened in 2020, but we're still feeling its effects now. So I understand the taxi drivers from that standpoint. So there's been a serious shutdown in Cape Town. This is why the taxi drivers are striking. From what I can tell, SANTACO has been feeling misrepresented or neglected for a long time, and yet public transport is essentially like the backbone of what we do. We have unemployment and all these other things. So when you do have employment some way, somehow, and you're taking public transport to get from home to work, and now you can't do that, people are going to be losing jobs. Kids need to get to school. Kids can't even be educated now because of this whole thing. You get some citizens I've seen on Twitter. Some people are happy about it because, Cape Town is less populated, or there's less people running around doing whatever that they do. But at the end of the day, this is an economy. People need to go to work, people need to spend money, people need to get money. The economy needs to move. So I hope this thing gets resolved really quick. It's been about 2 weeks now, and the rumblings are still going on. I hope it gets resolved quick. People need to move on with their lives, and taxi drivers need to get compensated the way they feel they need to be compensated. Inflation is doing the most, and this is the result of inflation. So hopefully this gets resolved really quickly. Oh, side note, by the way, I can't remember if I told you guys or if I didn't tell you guys, but you know how we've been following the Putin and BRICS summit thing that was going to be happening in August. By the way, it's going to be happening in Joburg someplace at like the end of the month, 22nd of August to the 24th of August. It's a whole thing. Anyways, Putin is not coming. I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but just in case, and just so we all know, Putin's not coming. We're not going to war. We're all happy. We're all good. Nothing's going to happen. No one's going to need to arrest anybody. We we living la vida loca right now. So now we can actually focus on what the BRICS summit is supposed to be about, which is improving the state of South Africa. Fingers crossed. Let's hope something good comes of it instead of focusing on Putin and the war in Russia. I mean, we should focus on it, but still, I'm just saying, let's try to focus on the positives. And while we're still focusing on the positives, I hope you guys did register to vote. If you guys have not registered to vote and you don't even know where to go, where to begin, or anything like that, please go check the previous episodes. I think it was like the 2 last episodes. It's titled Register to Vote and Register to Vote. The link is in that bio. So please make sure you do the right things. Because I heard something about the EFF. It's all alleged. Nothing concrete has come out of it. They're saying, or let me say, a former member of the EFF is saying, Nkululeko Dunga, which is the MMC of finance of the EFF. Now, Nkululeko is being accused of corruption. Now, they're saying that he awarded tenders to companies which were just started up, or whatever the case may be with these companies. Now, he awarded tenders to these companies, and then all of a sudden, these companies purchased a nice house, 2 cars, and other perks. Now, this is all alleged. No one knows this for a fact. No evidence has come out yet. So I can't really say this is all happening for sure or any of this is true. But I hope it's not true, because corruption this crazy, this insane, this obvious, this blatant is, it is childish, and they need to do better, because the whole stance of the EFF is that they are not corrupt, and they're saying the ANC is corrupt. So if they come out and this is all true, then they've essentially just shot themselves in the foot, and they've contradicted themselves, and it's not a good look. It doesn't look good. So I hope that this is not true. And it is true that every party is corrupt, but you can't be corrupt to this degree. This is honestly the craziest amount of corruption I've ever seen or I've ever heard of in my life. A whole house, 2 cars, like at least just get yourself like a Polo. You don't have to go all out and buy a house or something crazy like that. Just keep it on the down low. If you're gonna do corruption, at least provide the services first and then do the corruption with whatever change is left. But don't just give the tenders away, get your perks, and then start building. Because what happens when you start building and the money is just not enough? That's the issue with corruption right there. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me. You'll be hearing from me next week. I'll do my best. I promise, guys. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, this life thing that we're living. And we're just trying to make the best out of it, So I'll do my best to make sure I come through and provide the content that you guys deserve. Anyway, don't forget to vote for me for Mr. South Africa. We're still in it. This is the final week for you guys to vote. So if you are going to vote, please vote now. Please vote as soon as you hear this. Like, you can even stop the podcast right now and just go vote. The link is in the description. Go do your thing. I'll love you forever. Please, please, please. Thank you. Mba, mwah. And that's been me, Lefataleni, signing out.